What is up guys, Luke Sam or F1 Luke Sam here, whatever floats your boat. Today we're going to be going through the drivers' predictions for myself for the 2022 season. Now I did make a TikTok about this before Barcelona pre-season testing. This one is in between Barcelona and Bahrain, but I'm pretty confident I kind of know what's going on. A lot has changed since that video, so if you did watch it, forget everything. So without further ado, let's start at P20. Now in last place this season, this is kind of a gamble because no one's actually taken this seat yet as I'm making this video, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be Pietro Fittipaldi.
Hey guys, Sick Editor Luke here. I just want to clarify one thing. Haas have said that they're going to take on Fittipaldi for pre-season testing at Bahrain, but they're probably going to explore other options for the season, but this will go for whoever takes the seat. I'm
confident enough to put Haas P20. I don't think Pietro is going to score any points. If someone else gets a seat like Antonio Giovinazzi, I also unfortunately don't think that he will get any points. I can see Haas improving since last year, and it would be a massive disaster if they didn't. I still don't see them improving up to the standard of the top 10. No hate, but no points for Pietro, no points for Haas. His best finish will probably be P17 if people retire. Maybe P16, but I'm going to say P17. In P19, we've got Mick Schumacher. Now, I did say Haas is going to score no points. This isn't going to be any different for Mick Schumacher. Now, Mick has talent, and he's worthy enough to be in the Ferrari Drivers Academy. But so is Antonio Giovinazzi. We saw what happened with him. The only reason Schumacher won't be finishing last is because of where his name falls in the alphabet. This might sound harsh, but this is how far removed I am from the Haas hype this year. His best finish will probably be up around P13, P14. I want to say P13. In P18, we've got the rookie Guan Yu Zhou. I honestly just think he's going to be underwhelming. I don't know about you guys, let me know, but I think it's just going to be underwhelming. I'm really excited to see what happens with him in 2022. I'm excited to see how he performs, but just like Haas, I'm not buying into the hype. But I'll definitely be keeping just one eye on him. To me, he's another pay driver who's taking up a seat and making the sport less of a talent sport and more of a pay-to-drive sport. I think Zhou is going to be very lucky to score a point, but then again, I would love to see it. His best finish is going to be P13. P17, we got Lance Stroll. Now, Lance Stroll is underrated in my eyes. He has a podium, he has a pole position, yet people just call him Daddy's Cash. I've made it my personal job to look past that. I think Lance has talent. I just think that the AMR 22, Aston Martin's car this year, will not be able to facilitate that for him. I really hope there's a great battle between Williams and Aston Martin this year, but Daddy's Cash, unfortunately, P17. His best finish is probably going to be P8. Now in P16, I've put Nicholas Latifi. He had one of the roughest ends to 2021. Championship aside, before I get into why I put in P16, I just want to say no human should ever endure the amount of bullying and cyberbullying that he received after Abu Dhabi. I read through some of his comments and it was absolutely disgusting. Please educate yourselves on how to act online, and if you see someone doing the wrong thing, take that opportunity to educate them as well. Back to business, I put in P16 because I really do think that Williams can find the points this year. If Latifi is fighting Zhou or Stroll this year, I expect him to come out on top. He has talent, we all know that, but hopefully the car can back him up this year and show that. Until then, P16 is where I predict he will be in 2022. Best finish, P8. In P15, we've got Valtteri Bottas. This is the first year we get to see Bottas outside of Mercedes since 2016. Now, I haven't been a fan for that long, but believe me, I watched enough old races, if you want to call them old, to feel like I've been in the sport for 6 years or more. Bottas is a pole sitter, he's a race winner, and it's a championship run. Never mind. P15 I think is respectable for him, especially in the Alpha. I'd love to see him smile again, but I think his best finish is going to be P7. P14 we've got Sebastian Vettel. Now we all love Seb, but like I said in my constructors video, he's slowing down. Fortunately for him, last year he had some really good pace in Baku and Hungary, which gives me a bit of hope that maybe this year, on his day, he'll be able to find the points and find good points. But other than those two races, maybe I'll include Monaco. It was nothing too exciting. Now, a long season on someone who isn't really a spring chicken anymore is obviously going to affect his performance and the points that he scores. Maybe I'm biased because I want Aston Martin to do good. I just don't think they're going to do good. But they've made it very clear they're on a long-term goal. Give them 3 or 4 years, I hope they're in the top 4. But until then, P14 is where I think Sebastian Vettel will live at the end of the season with a best finish of P7. P13, I'm excited about this one, Alexander Albon. To be fair, I was never the biggest fan of Albon. I just love that he's returned to the sport and I'm looking forward to seeing him. Now that he's not on the biggest stage at one of the top teams, there should be less pressure for him, which means he should perform better. We might see a Toro Rosso type Albon, and that was really exciting. I would also love to see a surprise podium out of him, but I think he's going to finish P13 this year. Best finish, P6. P12, we've got the guy who is occupying Oscar Piastri's seat, Fernando Alonso. Many people see a rivalry between Vettel and Alonso, and for good reason. They have match talent and they have wonderful history. The only blaring difference for me this year is that one of them is taking up Oscar Piastri's seat. Okay, fine, I'll let it go. I think Alpine's going to do alright this season. I think that they should be higher, but because they've chosen performance over reliability, this is where it's going to be, P12. If you want to hear me go more in depth about Alpine, click on this video here. I've explained it there. Fernando is capable of scoring points and lots. I think he will be just short of a podium this year. P4 is his best finish. P11, I've gone for Yuki Tsunoda. Just outside the top 10 for Yuki, unfortunately, but P4 in Abu Dhabi leaves me with hope this season. Yuki really met his stride last season, especially towards the back end, and I just hope he really picks up where he left from. He has what I think will be a very powerful car this season, and if he uses that to the best of his ability, P11 is very respectable. Now into the top 10. P10 we've got Esteban Ocon. He's a great talent, he's fairly rated, and I think P10 is more than reasonable for him. He's a proven race winner, and I would love to see him finish higher than P10, as long as it's not higher than Gasly. But this performance over reliability thing has really just, it's made me crazy. Am I crazy? Esteban is fast and he's fearless unless he's locked in a room with Max Verstappen. I think that P10 is very nice for him this season, especially given the car. But you're only as fast and late on the brakes as the car lets you be. P10 for him, I think on a good day, P2, podium. P9, we've got Pierre Gasly. Alpine has a faster car, but AlphaTauri has a more reliable, more consistent car. And he's faster than Esteban Ocon. I said it. With some luck, and if Pierre really uses his talent, I think that this is a very respectable place for him. His best finish is probably going to be P3. In P8, we got Lando Norris. In the grand scheme of things, P8 isn't that bad, but I think it's a little bit underwhelming for Lando. I can't quite explain why I've put him so low. I've just got a funny feeling. I really hope he doesn't finish P8. I just think he'll finish P8. Sorry, it's very, very underwhelming, especially because I think his best finish is going to be P1. It's confusing, I know, but that's my prediction. In P7, we got Sergio Perez, the epitome of a teammate. Look, if Checo looks out for himself, bye-bye Red Bull. If he doesn't help out Max, bye-bye Checo. Sorry Checo, you're an incredible driver, but at Red Bull, 10 times out of 10, you're number 2 to Max Verstappen. They have a really good car, don't get me wrong, but the strategy again comes back to Max. He's always going to be put second. Not to mention that has to take a toll on his confidence and his performance. I'd love to see him higher, but unfortunately P7, I can't see him higher than that. I don't know why. His best finish, he should get a podium, P3. In P6, we've got my Aussie companion, Daniel Ricciardo. Because his Aussie icon will be in a car that is tailored towards both drivers, I can really see him outperforming Lando this year and getting up there to P6. We saw Daniel Ricciardo's second season at Renault once he got used to the car, and that was outstanding for a Renault. Now that he's in a McLaren, I can see him doing much better. I don't really think that history is going to repeat itself. I know it will. He's looking very happy and content and exciting at that team. He'll finish in front of Lando and bring back the vintage old school Daniel Ricciardo. I want to see a race win, but unfortunately I think he's going to get stitched up. P2 is going to be his best finish. Now for the smooth operator. Being outperformed by his teammate. They have a great car, and with reason, P5. Again, throwing it back to my old video, if you want to hear what I think is going to happen at Ferrari this year, make sure you go watch that. If you already have, then you already know what I think. Carlos Sainz will be on the receiving end of some backlash at Ferrari. There'll be clashes on and off the track is what I think, meaning DNFs or punctures. We saw that with Leclerc and Vettel when they were fighting. I put him P5 not because of his talent and not because of the car, but because of the situation really. P5 is going to be disappointing, but his best finish should be a race win. To polar opposite that, because of the driver and not of the car, P4 will be occupied by Max Verstappen. Man, he's quick. Man, he's very quick. I don't think their car is going to be good like Ferrari, He's just a quick driver. He has Red Bull's full support. He's going to have assistance from Checo. I think P4. Going from championship winner to P4 in one season is a little bit disappointing, but I think he'll more than make up for it in the following seasons when Red Bull develop their car more. In saying that, I'm predicting a very close battle from whoever I put P1 to Carlos Sainz in P5. Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz could literally be separated by a point, but P4 is P4. Verstappen will get a race win, maybe even a couple. P1's going to be his best finish. Now for the big three, we start off P3, bronze medal, bottom step of the podium with Charles Leclerc. This is really hard. I see genuine talent, I see genuine drive, I see a genuine good car. I just think that Mercedes are too good, and they always will be. Now, I originally put him second in my TikTok video, and he's dropped down to third, only because of Mercedes. P3 is P3, even if it's by a point. I hope to see Charles win a championship one day. I'm very excited for that, but 2022 will just not be the year. Again, I think there's going to be too much conflict. He will win a race. P1's going to be his best finish. Sorry to butt in at a really intense time. My camera just died, so you're going to be watching this through my phone recording. But it's a new phone, so enjoy. It won't be that bad. Now, there's two Mercedes boys left. Is George Russell going to win his first ever championship and deny Lewis Hamilton of his 8th? Or is Lewis Hamilton going to be the GOAT and win his 8th, a record-breaking 8th? Personally, I think George Russell will finish a P2 next season. I really want to see him in P1 at the end of next season. My brain won't let me. If you saw my last video, my heart really wants it, but my brain will not let me. Now, I keep thinking, will he need time to adjust to the W13? Personally, I don't think so. Other than the regulation changes, well, two seasons ago, he jumped into Mercedes for Lewis Hamilton, and he was up to speed straight away. That's also how powerful the Mercedes is. Anyone can drive it. I really can't wait to see how George does. I can't wait for his villain arc to evolve, and I can't wait for him to, in my eyes, inevitably win a championship. But P2 in a championship fight in his first season at Mercedes says a lot about his future. He will win a race. P1's going to be his best finish. Now for the greatest of all time, finishing P1 in the 2022 season. There is nothing more scary in my eyes than the greatest of all time, the GOAT, feeling hard done by. Now he's taken some time off, he's reflected, and he's going to be in fight mode from the very start. He's going to be leading from the front, no more being bullied, no more being pushed off the track. We are about to see a villain become a supervillain, something that no one will be able to tame. Although I hope for a tight battle, and I think it will be, I can see him finishing the season with a record-breaking 8 titles. I did say my heart saw George in P1, but honestly, I think Lewis Hamilton will win. He will clinch that 8th title, because at the end of the day, records are made to be broken. I wanted to see him do it last season, but congratulations, Max. This year is the year of the Lewis. Best finish, P1. Now guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button. Comment down below what you think is going to happen next season, your bold predictions, your P1 through P20. I'll read and reply to them all. If you are new here and you love Formula 1, make sure you smash the subscribe button. On our way to 1,000. Thank you for 400 subs. I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao.